Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of Madden 16 Green Bay Packers franchise. This is Packer Talk. This is episode 9, and we're going to show you guys a preview of Super Bowl 50 here, as we're going to talk about some strategies here about what the Packers will need to do here in this big game here, as Titletown could have another title coming to Green Bay here in Super Bowl 50. So there you see 16-0 for the regular season there for the Green Bay Packers. Had a great year so far and a great postseason. But now it's time to try to get to the big game here as we take on the 10-6, I should say. 10-6 Steelers here. They were 6-10. That'd be kind of off and kind of weird, but anyway. We didn't even make the playoffs, so I don't know. Anyway, get off subject there. The Green Bay Packers will take on the Steelers here in this big game. So, the big game coming up, and we'll see what team will take home that trophy, the Lombardi trophy there, to their city. Of course, so Steelers would like to take that one, because if they do, it would be the 7th and the most in any NFL franchise. Green Bay Packers, I believe it'll be their 5th in their historic franchise. So, either way, two very historic teams there that know how to play football. So here's the current injury report here for the Green Bay Packers. As you see, Clay Matthews had that dislocated elbow, which happened during the AFC or NFC championship game against the Saints. MRI and X-rays confirm that it is a dislocated elbow, and he will be out for a short time. But unfortunately, he will not be able to play in the Super Bowl. Talking to him the whole week leading up to the Super Bowl, he has said repeatedly that if he could, he would definitely be out there. But the team and team doctors say that is not best for him at all to be out there, especially with a dislocated elbow. Wouldn't do any good for him or his future career. So we're going to keep him on the sidelines there. Definitely will be out there cheering for his teammates here. Currently, right now, we're taking a look here at the regular season. And there you see the scores here from the postseason, or from the regular season here. And for the most part, it's been a lot of fun. Really wasn't expecting them to taking 16-0, 10-6, or 12-2, or 12-4, something like that. But I'll tell you this: there's been a few games here that kind of could have went either way that were fun, and this was one of them. It was against the Lions. There we played against the third-string quarterback, who you think third-string quarterback, yeah, he's not going to do much. But Ricky Stanzi had a great game there. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 280 yards. There you see 26 of 38, 68% of his passes were thrown. He was doing just as well as Aaron Rodgers. Of course, Rodgers, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 241 yards there in that game. Not a great game there for him, but Stanley really stepped up and played in that ball game there, which really helped them out in the long run. As you see there, Ebron had 149 yards, 9 receptions with 1 touchdown. James Jones had an excellent game there, 6 receptions, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns there for the ball game. And Pettigrew's 2 receptions with 16 yards for a touchdown. So that was a really fun game that I really enjoyed playing. But yeah, it was a really close game at that first half, or actually the first quarter alone. I think they scored 14 points there in their first 2 drives. Which kind of got my head scratching there, like, okay, we might be getting beat by the Lions by a third-string quarterback. That's going to be interesting to talk about. Now we'll go ahead and take a look here, and we'll see the game here against the Raiders, which was in there in Oakland. 38-31 was the final score there. And again, Oakland just did a great job there at the start of the game, really put the pedal to the metal, and really just did a great job there passing the ball, actually running the ball there. Derek Carr there, you see 271 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He got sacked once. There you see 78% of his passes. Had a great day throwing, better than Rodgers. And really helped him out the most here, which we'll see here in a bit here when it was the running game. We'll see Moreno. There you see 19 carries, 80 yards there, 1 touchdown. Just had a breakout game there, and he just took advantage of it, especially just running up the middle there. He had he had that 21-yard run, or that 14-yard run there, excuse me, and just went balls to the wall there. Really just put it on us there. Not to mention, passing game too. There you see 7 receptions at 58 yards. Streeter, there you see he had that long touchdown pass there, which really got us there. He ended his day 7 receptions, 127 yards with 2 touchdowns, and just again had a great game. Randall Cobb there was the bright light there for us when it comes to offense. Of course, he had always having a great game. Always had a game over the century mark there, and he had his touchdown there. He had 116 yards there in that game. So there you take a look here at the postseason there for the Packers and how they got here. Of course, again, going against Seahawks there, 18-13 there in that very defensive game, and of course, won against the Saints. Now, as for the Steelers, different way of getting here. 10-6 for the season. We'll see their numbers here, but there you see some of their injuries right there. Stress fracture right there for D'Angelo Williams. He could possibly make a return for the Super Bowl, and with him and Le'Veon Bell, I mean, talk about a great 1-2 punch there on us. Really, because our running game, what they've seen us happen, they do the same thing what the Raiders did. I can't think of the other team that ran on us pretty well, but if they could do that to the Seahawks, they could have a great game there, as long as they stay within that, playing the way with the running game, just really pound that ball and really wear down the defensive line. But there you see Le'Veon Bell, great runner there, and just a power runner right there. He can truck the best of a lot of people, and that's a guy that, again, we're going to have to really key on, really focus on when it comes to the running game there. Get get tackles for loss on him and get it early. Same thing with Ben Roethlisberger. We got to keep him in the pocket, and, because honestly, don't frown him on just throwing the ball. He can run, and when he does, he'll run quite often. He'll run a lot on you. So we're, like I said, keep him in check and make sure he can also stop the short pass plays there, screen pass and stuff like that. Make him throw deep, force him to throw deep, especially blitzing him. Make him throw deep to Antonio Brown, who we'll see here in just a bit. There you see his great route running, great catch there. Really force him, and of course this is the guy he's going to throw to regardless. But make him throw to Brown often, and throw off his timing. So that'll really help us out there. Of course, we don't have the best corners or secondary in the league, but if we can just put a little pressure on that good amount of pressure there, we can have Big Ben throwing interceptions. Lawrence Timmons there you see there from him what he can do on defense. And of course, Rodgers, we like to throw those slant routes there up the middle there. And this is a guy who would love to jump all over Aaron Rodgers in that game if he gets a chance to, if Rodgers is not throwing precise to his receivers. So, Lawrence Timmons, there you see great tackle there, good block shedding there. And of course, he can recognize, he can watch the quarterback and read his eyes very well. Excuse me. Cameron Hayward, again, another great guy here on the line this time. Great run stopper, and that's something we're going to have to do, is we're going to try to run between the tackles here with Lacey, Kuhn, and Starks. Starks, we're going to try to implement Starks in the game as early as much. Put him in a couple of play packages here to get him going and see if we can get Cameron Hayward off his game here. So, take a look here how the Steelers got here, and there you see They lost game 1, or the first week there, 45-24. They won 3 straight until they lost against the Chargers there, 49-21. Ouch. That's a game that you definitely have to choke down. Then, of course, they won against the Cardinals, but then they end up losing 2 straight, starting with the Kansas City Chiefs there, 38-10, and, of course, against the Bengals there, 31-24, until they came back and defeated the Browns and the Raiders there in their games, respectively. They're at home. Had a bye week, but coming off that bye week, there you see Seattle win that one, 48-17. They lost to Colts 21-24, and we'll take a look here at this game, the Seattle game. From these two teams here, and this was a game that Seattle just look at that time of possession. I mean, oh my goodness, 45 minutes of possession of that ball. That right there tells you what you can do against the Steelers, and that's what we are looking at right now. Talking to the head coach there, Coach McCarthy, saying that this is the game, this is the blueprint that he wants to utilize when it comes to the time of possession. He wants us to go look at some game footage here of Russell Wilson and this ball club. You see Wilson 5 touchdowns in the game, 86% of his passes completed, only 239 yards there, I believe. 19 of 22 there, so just a great day. But he was sacked 4 times in that ball game. So there is some I guess some disadvantages to having that defense on the field that long, but nonetheless had a great game. Of course, again, we're gonna have to complement each other, complement the passing game with the running game, and vice versa. So again, this is something that we want to try to imitate to keep them, keep their offense, keep Big Ben off the field, and keep his defense there and wear them down as much as possible. So they lose 2 straight. And then they turn around and win 4 straight there against their rivals there, the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. And of course they beat Peyton Manning there 26-14 in Week 15. So that all being said, there we'll take a look here at their postseason. They went against the Chargers. They got revenge from the Chiefs there, and then of course they beat the Patriots, of all teams that I honestly thought was going to go to the Super Bowl here to face us. They beat them 35-29. Very not so much a defensive game, but nonetheless, Ben Roethlisberger and the team able to hold on to the win there and move on to the Super Bowl and become AFC champions. So, big game coming up. It's going to be a good one. It should be a great one. It's probably going to be, it's probably going to be a defensive battle. That's something I just see here. It's going to be just a good heavyweight slug match, and basically whoever can get that advantage, gets that that old cliche that they use in football, that X factor. We got to find what guy can step up here and make a big game here. Whoever can make a big play here, they can run away with this game here and take the momentum from the other team. Hopefully, we'll be on the side of the Packers here as we try to be undefeated here and go 19-0 and be Super Bowl champs. Never been done before, and this could be a first here in NFL history. So that is it for this episode of Packer Talk as we get ready for week. What is it? I think it's week 22. And get ready for the big game. There you see it says there. I know I've been saying that many times here, but it is a big game here coming up as we take on the Steelers for the Super Bowl. So definitely come on back for more Packer talk here on the channel and for more Green Bay Packers franchise as we'll take on the Pittsburgh Steelers here in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching the video and checking out the channel. Thank you guys. And again, you guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are down below in the description. And as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I'll see you guys next time.